Dímelo, mi gente. Que lo que, que lo que, que lo que, que lo que. It is Monday, January 10th. All right, holla at that. Holla at that. We are still in Capricorn season, baby. But Aquarius season is about to pull up anytime soon. I know some of my friends' birthdays is coming up, including my daughter's, but she's a February baby, and my mom. So shout out to both of them. I love them so much. If they're watching this, or if somebody wants to put them on, just let them know I love them. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, it's been brick. It's been brick outside. Like, I haven't left my house. So let me tell you guys what I've been up to. So first and foremost, thank you so much for those of you guys who tuned in on my first episode that I uploaded onto YouTube regarding my podcast. And thank you for those who are listening through Spotify and SoundCloud. I really appreciate the support. And nonetheless, the YouTube people, okay? Shout out to you guys. You guys, I got the most feedback from my YouTube people. They told me that they like to see me. They like that there is a visual to my podcast. So if you're listening on Spotify or SoundCloud, just know that this podcast is also up on my YouTube channel. So go show your girl some love there too. If also, as you guys can see, my background changed because I told you guys that I am in the process of, we are in the process. I gotta give Jay a lot of credit for this. We are in the process of creating my home office, which is where I'm sitting at now. And it's also going to be a closet. So we finally got our closets in, and he was able to put them up over the weekend. So thank you so much, babe, if you're listening to this. I'm super hype about my closet. Like, it makes me want to do my whole wardrobe again. Like, I'm not about to put anything I already have there, unless it's my bags, you know. But I'm gonna see if I could go shopping a little bit, because, you know, I think it's due to do a little shopping. Although I'm pregnant and I'm probably not gonna fit the clothes, but I'll make it work. Because, you know, a bitch about to snap back after me. Anyways, if you guys are interested in knowing what I'm sipping on, it ain't no alcohol because it's too early, and it ain't gonna be no alcohol because I'm pregnant. You feel me? But anyways, my energizing tea, my description on how I make it and like the ingredients I use to create it and make it, will be down in the description. So go ahead and check that out. And if you're interested in purchasing, go ahead and use code word SmackTalk before checkout, and you'll get 10% off. Okay, so let me just take a sip. My bad, guys. That's a lot of swallowing. Pause. Anyways, so as I was saying, so we're building my closet space, my closet and my office space. So that is why that's why the difference in the background, but I am still in the same room. We just rearranged. We put the computer desk and everything in front of the window, which is what I wanted to do originally, because it's nice to look out the window whether the day is gloomy or not. It's just nice to look up at the sky and just have the scenery that I have in front of me with this new house I bought, which I'm super proud of course. But anyways, I wanted to touch on some topics for you guys. So last week the headline was Tristan, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and Chloe, like, he went and had a baby on her. And it was so funny because, I mean, the situation isn't funny, but I was watching Lip Service. It's a podcast by Angela Yee. If you guys don't know what she is the girl that be on the Breakfast Club. The lady that be on the Breakfast Club. She has her own podcast called The Lip Service, and I love watching them. Like, I get a lot of inspiration, and I aspire to be like one of them. Well, like her. as I progress in my podcast career. So, shout outs to her, tag her, send her this if you feel me, if you hear me, let it be known. But she had Jim Jones on the last video I saw, and they asked him what does he feel, what advice would he give him for having a kid on her. Obviously he's not gonna be the first guy or the last guy to have a kid on their baby moms or on their girlfriend, whatever title they are right now. But it kind of makes record because she is a Kardashian, and he is known for cheating before, nonetheless cheating with somebody so close as to one of her little sister's best friends. So it's bro. But then again, are you gonna be looking at her? Are you gonna be looking at Chloe like, sis, this is your fault? What's the saying that J. Cole be saying? Something like, if you fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, this is the third time, sis. So shame on you 2 times now, because this is the third time from what I understand that he is cheating on you. And the first time was when you was literally giving birth. You're literally in the labor room and there's a scandal going on about how your man cheated on you or whatever the case is. There was an article or whatever. And then he came out with the whole, Kylie's best friend thing. And it's if somebody hit that close to home, that's hitting pretty close to home. That's a sister to you, because if she is that close to your sister, she might as well be a sister to you too. And if a man gets that close, that's not even a red flag. That's that's an exit. That's an exit plan right there. That's a dip. That's a leave. Leave right now, because this guy don't respect you. He don't respect you. He don't respect your family. And first and foremost, he don't even respect his kid. And I'm not saying that a guy who moves on is disrespecting his kids. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you are with the mother of your child and you're cheating on her, you're disrespecting and you're cheating on your kid too, because it's what example are you setting? You putting your mom in under all of this stress. You think you're not gonna put your partner under stress and pain? You think your kids don't see that? You think people don't cry and shit? You think people don't hurt? Yeah, we try to maintain this persona of being strong individuals. And I'm not just only talking about men who cheat on their baby moms. I'm also talking about women who cheat on their baby dads. It's you just have no respect for your kids. And if you are not in that relationship anymore, if you're not into it anymore, you need to let that other person know, and you need to let that other person go, because that's gonna show your kids some type of structure, some type of this person wasn't happy, so they moved on. Cool, whatever, you started another family. But if you just out here sneaking around, having sneaky links and getting caught up like that, what are you gonna tell your kid when they start asking you Ma, why does dad have another kid and the kid is not your kid? What the fuck are you supposed to say? How are you supposed to not how are you supposed to keep that person in the light? How are you supposed to explain to your kid what happened and not bash this person, not want to bash this person? I think that's one of the hardest things. But at the end of the day, if you're responsible and you're adult enough, I don't condone bashing your parent, the other parent. I don't condone none of that. You're not about to sit here, regardless of the relationship me and my partner have, or me and whoever have, or whoever has with whoever. You should have never bashed the other person, although they made you feel like shit. You just don't do that, right? You let your kid decide what they want to think, how they want to, you let them form their own opinion without you manipulating that opinion. You feel me? But it's somebody had a kid on you and your kid is asking how, why, what, how are you supposed to not say anything? if I was to be in that situation, I'll be like, listen, let's ask your dad, like put him on the spot, like be like, because I wouldn't know what to say. I wouldn't want to bash him, but it's like I wouldn't know what to say either, because it's like I don't know how to defend you, bro. Like your daughter's asking me why she got a little sister, and the little sister's not my daughter. You know, like if that was the case, or a little sister, a little brother, whatever the case is, and vice versa. Like if your daughter's asking the father, like, why does mommy have a kid and it's not your kid, and it was out of like cheating, because it's a different story when you have a kid, when it's a different story when you have two baby fathers and it's not a cheating thing. That, I think that's easier to explain than to explain to somebody, to explain to a child that, you know, your father or your mom stepped out of the marriage or the relationship, the unionship, you know. So it's just, he's a joke. He's a joke, and he's not even known for basketball anymore. Like in my eyes, you're not known for basketball anymore. You're known to be like a bitch, like a little girl, like you out here for clout. You clout chasing, bro. Have your own fucking thing. Have your own way. Like you couldn't make it in the basketball thing, so you want to be a celebrity, like a scandal celebrity. Like, come on. You should have fucking auditioned for True Life for all of that. But that's my opinion. I feel like Khloe Kardashian's like what? She had like 3 public relationships that I'm aware of. And I feel like my favorite relationship was with French Montana. And I'm not saying that French Montana wouldn't have cheated on her, but I feel like if he was the type to cheat, he'll make sure. I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like he would make sure that shit don't get out like that. Like it's probably gonna be hard, but like, you know, if you're gonna cheat, don't let the girl come with her phone so there's no proof or evidence. You know, make sure that people around you are like securing your room that you trust, and you don't slip up and fucking come on the bitch, like come in the bitch. Like you don't do that. Like I don't know, I see him in a different light, and the reason why I say that is because he has a career also to like take care of. You know, this guy, like from, you know, like somebody who became famous like he did is not going to just tarnish that and just be this person that just is known for cheating on someone else. You know, like I feel like that's corny. Like you're not about to tarnish your career, mess up your career, or be known for something other than your career. And that's how I see him. So I feel like he would have, if he was a cheating guy, like if he was a guy to cheat, he would definitely wrap that shit up. Like he would wrap it up and make sure it's no articles, it's nothing out here. I feel like Tristan is just out here like cheating in public, getting like calling TMZ before he does it. Like, yo, I'm gonna be at this place with Shorty, pull up, write an article about me, send it to Khloe. That's how I feel. And now he wanted to be more in the limelight because, you know, his cheating scandals are kind of getting tedious and like boring, and like nobody cares. And he just like, oh, have a baby by me, baby. That type. Like, no, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, and I know he's not the first celebrity to have a cheating scandal or have a kid on his baby moms or whatever. Like, I know that's, sadly enough, it's pretty common more than it's not. But you're a little boy. You're a little kid. Like, I don't know. Khloe could have definitely done better. So shame on her for real. Because she should have left the minute that first scandal came out, or the second scandal came out with the best friend. I feel like that's way too close to home. And I'm not saying that you should get up and leave at the first sight of somebody cheating on you. I'm not saying that, because it all depends on a lot. Like, it doesn't depend on just the disloyalty. It also depends on well, the disloyalty at that moment. Because if you guys know, I am a Sex and the City fan. Like, I am super fan of Sex and the City. So in the movie, when Miranda got cheated on, I didn't agree that she should have left him. I'm happy that in the movie she ended up working it out. But at first she was just like, no, fuck you, like, I'm out. We're getting 2 separate apartments and we're gonna learn how to co-parent. I feel like that sign of cheating, because he came out and told her he looked destroyed. And if you follow the storyline in the movie, it's like, yo, like, you are always busy. You're neglecting me. Like, if you neglect your relationship in any way, that person you're neglecting is going to eventually seek out what they're missing. Whether that's through someone else or through a hobby or whatever the case is, they're going to seek that out, right? That's inevitable. I feel like that's inevitable. So it's like, yo, if you're not giving your partner what they want, they're gonna eventually seek for it somewhere else, right? And that goes for both male and female. So it's like, yo, you're so busy, you're never around, you're not providing a love language that I need you to provide for me. So I slipped up, right? Let's say, like, that's what he did. But he was so destroyed. Like, you can tell he was sorry. Like, the minute, from the storyline, the minute it happened, you can tell, like, he was like, yo, I fucked up. That's something you want to work on. So I agree with towards the end of the movie where they did go to therapy. And, you know, he also became hurt by the situation, because it's like, yo, you did all of this. Like, you didn't even give me a chance to, like, fully apologize and tell you my side of the story. You just blocked me out. Like, of course, there's going to be some trauma when it comes to that side of things, too. So it's trauma on both sides when that's the story. Not that you're known as a cheater or this is like a habit that you have. Like, if it's a one-time slip up, I feel like you can work through that. You can work out through that. And there's possibility of, like, getting back to how things used to be before that. Or if anything, there's a higher chance of it getting better than what it used to be. You know, because now you have that sense of communication. Now you opened up those doors if they weren't open before. So that's a different, like, form. Like, I feel like in that sense, you can forgive. That's the word I was looking for. You can forgive. You can, you know, accept that the fact that it happened. Everybody has their own opinion, like I said. Not everybody be on some, oh, you know, you cheat on me once, I'm out the door. But for the most part, if you've been with somebody for so long and, you know, somebody ends up stepping out, it's like, you want to figure out why they stepped out in the first place. And then if they stepped out more than once, maybe, yes, you need to step out and just leave that situation. But if it was once, you need to figure out what's going on. Like, we're having a conversation. Like, what's going on? What's wrong? What do you feel like you need from me that I'm not providing? And we're gonna go that route. You feel me? I'm sorry, my messages are going off. I don't know how to mute them on my computer. So yeah, that's what I have to say. So I went off on a tangent, but at the end of the day, I was a super fan of Khloe Kardashian and French Montana having a relationship. Like I said, I just feel like he would better protect his career from having anything scandalous, like drop out every other month or every other year or whatever, just to try to stay in the limelight. Like, I feel like he's so into his music that he wouldn't let that happen. But, you know, again, that's my opinion. Comment down below your opinion. Who do you think was Khloe's best relationship out of the three public relationships she's had? And what do you think about cheating? Like, do you leave at the first sight of cheating, and why? Or do you try to work it out? Like, What's your comments and thoughts about cheating and stuff? The whole baby situation, I don't know. That's hard. I don't know if I could stay with somebody if they had a baby on me. Like, I don't know. Because at that point, it's like beyond. Because the thing with guys, they be like, oh, you know, when a guy is cheating, supposedly, this is what I've heard, it's not emotional. Dike, supposedly. But I feel like, yo, if it's not emotional, then why didn't you protect yourself? Like, I don't know. Like, why? I feel like if you love somebody, then you don't protect yourself. Like, you don't put on a condom because, you know, if you want to get them pregnant, then, you know, obviously if you're healthy and stuff, I don't think you shouldn't protect yourself if you don't know who your partner is, if you don't know your partner's health history or whatever the case is. I don't think that you should not protect yourself. Like, but if you and your partner come to an agreement and that's just your relationship and you guys are comfortable with, you know, having unprotected sex, I feel like that's a little more than just something intimate. Like, no, I feel like that's just a little more than just physical. Like, you're not about to be out here like fucking raw and shit with some random girl. I'm hoping when you have a girl or a wife at home, because that's wild to me. Like, that's wild. You don't know what this female has. You don't know what this guy has. You don't know what you're bringing back home. You bugging the fuck out if that's what you're doing. But yeah, that's my opinion. I know I went on a rant, like I said. So then now, oh my god. So speaking on Sex and the City and the whole Miranda situation, right? In the new episodes, she's like over here having like a lesbian affair. So it's like now, like how, like now she's cheating back in a way. If you haven't watched the new episodes, I advise you either stop listening to this because it's going to be like I'm about to spill all the beans, or you might want to catch up. Okay. Comment down below if you watched the new Sex and the City. It's called Just Like That. It's on HBO Max. It comes out every Thursday. You feel me? I am a super fan of Sarah Jessica Parker. So, yeah. But yeah, so now in the new episode, she is cheating on her husband. Cheating is cheating regardless of who you're cheating with. Like, if you're cheating on your husband or your wife with a female or a male, it's cheating, all right? You're giving your temple to someone who it doesn't belong to. So it's just like, do we give her a pass? Like, I gave him a pass in the movie, or because I feel like it's different. Like, I feel like she has emotions for this person. I feel like she has emotions for the female she's cheating with, because that's all she thinks about. She's getting drunk and stuff, and they haven't really touched on like what's going on. What's going on in her marriage. She keeps on saying that she's unhappy and all of this and that, and obviously we're seeing the traits of that because she's drinking more. Her personality, like, she lashes out. If you pay attention like I do, like she lashes out on things she shouldn't be lashing out on. So something is definitely going on, but I don't know if that's a relationship thing or if it's more of a personal thing. And I don't think a pass should be given to someone who's going through a personal thing as opposed to a relationship thing, in a sense where you're lashing out because someone is not giving you something that you may need out of that relationship, as opposed to you're lashing out because you're going through your own thing. Because then at that point, it's not fair for the other person. Like, are you speaking to this other person to let them know what you're going through? Do they know? Like, it's not fair for you to get cheated on or for you to cheat on somebody because you're going through something personal. Like, that's not an excuse. So that's my opinion. Okay, comment down below your opinion. Let me know. And if you don't watch the show, I advise you. If you are a Sarah Jessica Parker fan, get on that shit. Because it's lit. You know what other show is lit too? Me and Jay have been rewatching this. Is Game of Thrones. So when I first moved up here, I'm in upstate, as most of you guys know. I was like in the middle of them watching Game of Thrones. Like, they were Game of Thrones fans up here. Like, they was doing Game of Thrones parties. And I just didn't know much about Game of Thrones, and I just saw like the glimpse of it, and I was just judging a book by its cover in a way, because I'm like, yeah, I'm never gonna get into this, till I actually sat down and started watching the show. And I was like, oh, they getting crazy. I love shows where it's not cliche, where it's like you are expecting the unexpected. Like, I don't like shows where I can predict what's happening at a glance. I don't like those type of shows, you know? And Game of Thrones is far from that. Like, everybody is a victim. Everybody is a target. Like, it don't matter who you up against. Like, your mother might turn around, stab you in the heart for no fucking reason, because she fucking felt like it. And there's no plot leading to that shit. Like, that's the type of show Game of Thrones is. So I advise you guys, if you like that type of stuff, I highly recommend that show. But we started rewatching it again because, you know, they've been playing with us, especially 50 Cent. He's been playing with us. I ain't even gonna lie. When he hasn't, he lasted like 2 weeks without giving us a new episode with, it's not Raising Kanan, it's not Power. I think it's Ghost 2. He was playing games. He literally left us out here with no show for 2 weeks. I was like, yo, you dead ass, you playing with me. What I'm supposed to do with my Sunday dinner? I needed something to watch. But it had finally dropped yesterday. So I'm hyped. Well, I finally saw the new episode yesterday, so I was hyped. But being that he did that, we was like, all right, let's watch Game of Thrones, so at least Sunday nights we can have something to eat dinner. And in fact, we've been eating dinner while watching Game of Thrones for these last 2 weeks. But I was a fan of Danii in the show. And of course, I'm a fan of Danii in the show. My name is Danii, you feel me? But her name on the show is Daenerys. I am a super fan because after we started watching it, so I picked up where they were like actually watching. I never started from the beginning. And now that we started watching the whole series again, I just saw her character and I just fell more in love with her. I'm like, yo, she's a badass. Like, she is a badass. Like, I just love her character. But then I loved her character, but I don't know, like, I haven't really been catching up with her like after the show aired. Like, I don't know what she's doing now or anything like that. And the fact that she doesn't have that blonde hair like she does in Game of Thrones, it's like, sis, I don't know. I just really like that character and the way that they like made you look. I don't know if I'm still a fan afterwards. But then, you know, I don't follow her that much to know anything other than, you know, Daenerys and Game of Thrones. So yeah, but I know that the new series coming out is going to be about her family, so I hope somewhat that she's in it. I'll be super excited if she is. But yeah, I am like a Game of Thrones little super fan, just of Daenerys though, not of the rest of the show. Is great, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love that spontaneousness of like you just really dead ass don't know what the fuck is about to happen. But she's my favorite character. So yeah. And now, like I was saying in the beginning of the podcast, it's cold out here. And there's a lot of things going on in the air. A lot of things combining now in the air, if you feel what I'm saying. I'm not trying to, you know, get myself blocked off or anything. But if you feel what I'm saying, thumbs up this video. Or like my podcast. But it's a lot of things in the air. And I just, I've been locked up since, well, I locked myself up in my house. I've been home since my birthday. My birthday was December 23rd. Shout outs to Capricorns. And then, okay, let me not even say that. So I've been home since the 23rd of December. I haven't really been out anywhere. And then Saturday that just passed, that was January 8th. I ended up going outside, but I only went to 2 stores. I was really cautious of what I was doing because it's just getting so crazy out there. Like is this gonna be a thing every winter? And now shit is mixing, like they combining together. Is this gonna be a thing? I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I ain't even gonna lie. I know the thing that's keeping me calm is my family's safe, my friends are safe, and I hope everybody that's listening, you're staying safe too. But the thing that's keeping me the most calm is that I'm not due till the summertime or till the warmer weather, and that's giving me peace of mind. Because lately I just been thinking about, like, are the doctors while I'm giving birth going to be good? Like, are you mentally stable to perform the surgery? Are you okay to know what you're doing right now? Did you eat? Did you have breakfast? Like, what's going on in your personal life? Like, where are you? Are you really good at leaving home stuff at home and like reality at home while you clock in? I don't feel like people know how to do that, to be honest, in my own opinion. Like, I know that there's people out there that don't let personal things or like reality affect them at work, but I feel like this reality is a little too real for it to not affect your work environment, especially when you're in the medical field. So that's what I've been thinking about. Like, are you guys okay? Do you guys need breakfast? What do you guys need to make sure that me and my baby are okay? That's where my head is at. Just because everything is like so crazy right now. But yeah. Let me see. What else? I spoke about the whole Khloe Kardashian's cheating scandal, and something else that happened last week, like a celebrity scandal, is like that whole Antonio Brown story. So Antonio Brown just walked off the football field like, a drama queen, in my opinion. And the story is that he was forced to play when he felt like he couldn't play. But I feel like there's so many other ways to go around the situation. Like, at the end of the day, bro, this is your career. You want to maybe handle it like it's a career. Because at any given point, you can be replaced. You could get fired. And of course, obviously, because you're in the light, you're in a celebrity, like, you might get other sponsorships and stuff like that, or continue to get your income or whatever. But it's like, yo, like, take care of your career. Like, stop being a drama queen. And the only reason I say that is because this is not the first time where he's like been in the light because he's being a drama queen. Because he was wilding out over a helmet. Okay. You know how many people wish they were in your position and you're out here acting like a drama queen? Come on. Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, regardless of, like, if you're hurt or whatever the case is, then why you stepped out in the first place? You should have said no. Ain't nobody putting a gun to your face. And if anybody was threatening you about taking your career away or like canceling you or suspending you for the season, I mean, what do you think the consequences are now that you did it in the public eye in a very childish way? That's my opinions on that. And I'm not taking away from he was in pain, but I just feel like there's other ways to go about things. Like, there's just other ways. a conversation prior. If they're not listening to you, then just don't show up. Instead of showing up and stripping in front of everybody, basically, and just being a drama queen. That's deadass my opinion on him. He is a drama queen. Like, anywhere they have his name, I'm just gonna be like, oh, this is the I need a football reality TV show. That's what he needs. He needs to be like on Love and Hip Hop. Like, he needs to date one of the Love and Hip Hop females so he can have his drama there and not on the field. But whatever, that's my opinion. Comment down below if you have an opinion on that, or if you even care. But I do want to give you guys, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for all your support. Like, I got some really good feedback on my podcast. I got some really good feedback on the last episode I dropped last week. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out, okay? I feel like I'm in my element. I feel like this is what I want to do. I actually went to school for this, for broadcasting, believe it or not. But this is what I want to do. I love talking my shit. I love giving out my opinions. If you guys have topics for me to talk about, or you guys want to get into a discussion with me, go ahead, hit me up, DM me at Smacktalkdanii on Instagram. Email me at smacktalkdanii.com. Smacktalkdanii@gmail.com. You can email me there. You can comment down below if you're watching my YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And support me on Spotify. Like, share, and do what you gotta do to get me out there. Bars. Anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it here because my daughter's on the verge of waking up and wilding out. So I'm just gonna leave it right here. So like I said, thank you guys for all the support and all the wonderful feedback you guys gave me in my last video. Continue to do that. Give me more feedback. I always say I am always going to be a student. I will take your feedback and integrate it in the way I feel like I should, or should be integrated. If it's like an actual feedback I can take, not some bullshit. And yeah, so stay tuned for next time, guys. Bye.